Camera speeding. Sound. Sound speeding. All right, actors. Background action. Actors. Action.
You ain't no motherfucker. Far from a.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the show. My name's Dan Kathman. Today I'm going to talk to you about taking and being in an awesome headshot. For those of you who don't know, I am a photographer and a videographer and all around awesome. I'm kidding, but you would like to be my friend because I need to find friends. Please be my friend. I lost all mine in a fire that I started. Just a preview real quick. Headshots started for actors. That's the reason headshots were around. And just so you know, a headshot is about this crop right here. It's usually top of your head or right at it, and then to your chest. This is a headshot crop. It can be horizontal, or it can be vertical, or it can be the square, which is more common now. But now everything social in the past 10 years and online has really changed everything. So now even business owners, business professionals, anybody really, if you're working as an actor or model, of course, and if you're also a business professional trying to get hired as a job, or you're an entrepreneur and or you're an author, or you're a speaker, or you're anybody trying to get anything online, you need a professional headshot. That's where I come in. I'm a professional headshot photographer. I'm also just a professional photographer and a professional videographer and also a professional badass. So I want to give you advice on how to shoot it if you're trying to shoot a headshot, because a lot of you suck. I'm not pointing any fingers, but man, you're bad. You need to be better. So I'll give you some tips on that. And then if you're taking a headshot, I'll give you some tips on the tips that I give people, and I do it almost every day. So I'll give you some tips on when you go into your next shoot, what you can do if your photographer sucks and doesn't give you any advice or help you in any way. The photographer is important. Honestly, it is crucial. No matter what kind, it doesn't matter about the equipment that you have. It matters about the photographer that they are. And it's not just in capturing, but it's also in talking to you, making you feel comfortable, which is a huge asset. A huge thing about photography that a lot of photographers overlook is the ability to make the client or the person in front of the camera feel comfortable. A lot of photographers disagree with me, and they think that it's not their job to do that, and that's why their photos kind of suck. It's not that they suck, it's just that if you're taking photos of somebody that's not in their natural habitat, then you need to make them feel comfortable. So, and if you can't figure out how to do that, then you should find a new job. Because that is one of the most critical points, I think, in being a photographer, a director, anybody. And if you don't do that, then you're not the best that you could be. Okay, so we'll talk more about that. I do want to tell you guys something. I read a lot. I like to read a lot of business books, self-help, nonfiction. Some fiction is really going to entertain me, but I do read it. I write fiction. All the time. I got a book coming out on November of this year on Thanksgiving Day, 2018. Elves is coming out, so check it out. The link will be down below. It's a fiction book. It's funny as hell. It won an award for American Movie Award as a screenplay. I turned it into a book because they canceled the show due to lack of funding in 2014. So, but it's a series. It's very, very short, and I think it's hilarious. It's a big ensemble cast. It's very, very entertaining. I tell you, it's very entertaining humbly because I can't be entertained by fiction very easily. So when I write it, when I tell it, it's got to be really, really entertaining. So I try to. That's my goal. I don't care if I'm actually a good writer. I want you to be really entertained. That's what I want. So I think it's very entertaining. But non-entertaining and also a really good book, nonfiction. If you guys are looking for books and stuff, I highly recommend. This is one of my books I highly recommend. I'll talk more about it. This is called Crush It. This is a book This is a book by Gary Vaynerchuk that I really like. He wrote it in 2008. It's about how to cash in on your passion. It's really, really short. I like it a lot. I've read it over and over again. He followed it up with a book this year or last year, I can't remember, but it's called Crushing It. And it's also very good, but it's more practical advice, he got some tips and tidbits in there from people who actually read his first book when he first started. He's a big entrepreneur. If you don't know him, check him out. He's got a podcast. He's got a vlog. He's got it all. He's got a really big business, and now he's turning into a social media influencer and non-influencer. Social media person, star. A lot of people are knowing him through online. So I guess you would say influencer, but this one's actually really good. It's very current. A lot of the same stuff that he was saying here, but better, and like I said, more practical. So you got stuff in here very much on like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, direct, and then also general. It's marketing and business and picking the right thing that you do is critically important because otherwise you won't have the passion or wherewithal to continue in which is going to be a grind no matter what you do. So I mean, if you guys don't know, I started my first business when I was 19, and I've had a lot of different businesses in a lot of different sectors: real estate and insurance, photo and video, digital marketing, online marketing, stuff like that. A lot of different things, a lot of flops, and a lot of money lost and stuff like that. So, but I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur since I was very, very young. I was lemonade stands and lawnmowing business and selling candy in the off season of the candy fundraisers. So I knew I wanted to do this probably when I was like 12 years old. I even wrote it on my dream board of what you wanted to be when you had to do for class, build a poster and stuff like that. Besides being a professional athlete at the time, one of my three was entrepreneur. I always knew I wanted to do it. I actually didn't even take an internship during college because I had no desire, and I also had a business at the time that was supporting me and a business partner through college. So I just didn't really want to do it, and I never really have. So it's about knowing yourself and what you enjoy, and honestly. So this helps with that. This one especially. Read this. I mean, I'll probably read it again. I've read it several times. It's a quick read. It's like 140 pages, or less. I highly recommend Gary Vaynerchuk and these two books. Honestly, read this one, and then if you want some more practical advice on today's current trends and stuff like that, read that book. I'm currently reading this book. It's called Subscribed. I found it at Target, I think. Very interesting. I like this book a lot. It's why subscription models will be the company's future and what to do about it. I really like this. Check this out. I never heard anything about it, and I saw it. I picked it up and I read it. I read like 50 pages so far. I had it for like a day, and it's very, very good. I'm very excited to read that, and it's actually shaped any time that I read. I try to read stuff. Since my first business failed, I kind of went on a tangent of reading business books and marketing books and really anything, hands-on podcasts, whatever I could, trying to, because I didn't have any mentors or anything like that. So I was first in my family to be an entrepreneur. So it is, I think it was, that's why it took me longer, honestly. But I think education is key. Always be learning, always. And what it also does is it keeps you open-minded about things, and you got to stay nimble and you got to be able to stay you can't be what I was, is closed-minded and how things are and fighting them. A lot of people still are. That's why they'll lose, and I have. So I know that to be true. So you got to be able to go with what's happening now and adjust. So I think always being in that open-minded learning stage, like a lot of these, like these books, I changed my life. You know what I mean? Because it shaped it. Even this one, this book I'm reading now is going to any little thing that could completely change my business, my mindset, my trajectory, and things I just didn't know. These are my mentors. So highly recommend just doing it in general, picking these up. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I got on my site, dankathman.com, I have a list of different books and stuff that I like, so guys can check that out. I'm not making any money off of it, not yet, but you guys can check them out and see what's on there. Okay, so let's see. What I was going to talk about today was just headshots. I take headshots all the time. I started as an actor when I was 15, and I got an agent when I was 17. And so I was in front of the camera a lot, and I took a lot of different headshots, model shoots. A lot of people don't know, because headshots are so new to the mass people, they don't know what a headshot is and the purpose of it. They think it's just a picture they put on the profile. Actors really know. So if you really want to know the meaning of a headshot, ask an actor, and they'll tell you. It is your, but let me also add this. Now you're the actor. So I believe headshots are almost as important to a business professional now as they are to an actor, because everything is online. Even if they meet you in person, they will check you out online, and your profile picture, the pictures you have on your page, your site, or whatever, are indicative of their perception of you. So if it is not great, then they will think you are not great. So, and that is absolutely judging a book by its cover, 100%. So you can't stop that. That's why book covers are so important, because we have judgments as animals of, that we have this brain that's like really old, and we and we make judgment calls because that is what our brain did to survive. So we can't stop the immediate intuition that we have. You can't turn that off in people. So don't try to. Just roll with it as a business and person, an entrepreneur or actor or whatever. Roll with it and know that it's very, very important. So make it awesome. I take a higher end headshot, so but even on a lower end, there are some things that you can do as either a photographer or B, the person getting the picture taken. So I'll give you a few tips on both. So first, let me just talk to the people who are actually getting their photo taken, okay? Because you're the most important part of the puzzle. You have to, so a couple quick tips that I always give. Chin down, okay? I say that a lot. Put your chin down. For some reason, when we take photos, we always put our head up like this. And we don't feel like we do, but we just kind of talk, and this kind of how we look. That's why I'm like this when I'm talking, because I bring my head down. But this isn't, I feel like my head's down, but I look normal. What you want is this jawline right here to look natural. You want to look like you look at yourself when you look in the mirror. That is what, unfortunately, we don't know what we look like whenever we're taking a photo. But how you look at yourself in the mirror, you never look at yourself in the mirror like, you don't get ready generally like this, right? You get ready like this. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, because you look normal. This is how you want this jawline to look. You don't want it to be up here. You want it to kind of just be, you want to be eye level. So, and the photographer should, chin down means that. And it doesn't mean straight down, okay? So don't go, okay, down, is that down? Because you'll get double chin. Especially if you have some weight on you. Bringing the chin down is important, but if you have some weight on you, a good thing to do is to come forward a little bit. So instead of coming down, which will cause a little bit of a lag here, if you think about bringing your forehead a little bit forward, what you're doing is you're instead of going straight down, you're kind of coming forward like this. So what that does is it gives a little bit of leeway for your chin to hide your fat. and it also actually looks very natural. So just a little bit, and you don't want to do too much. If you go too far down, watch. Here, watch this. So this is too high, and this is too creepy. Okay, so you want to be in the middle. You don't want to be up here. You want to be right about here. You don't want to go too low because then you look super creepy. So business professionals, advice for you: smile or serious. Okay, you got two options: smile or serious. So I always tell my clients, look, you can. It depends on your personality. This is where you sell you. So either do you smile? Are you a smiley, bubbly person? Then it will smile. But if you're kind of more serious and stern, then we're going to do more of a serious look, and that can be serious in many different ways. There's a lot of ways to be serious, And I say serious, but just not completely full blown, showing teeth, smiling. That's the difference. So it's not like a full, I'm happy to be here, hey, smile, but it's so there's a lot of different things you can do with the non-smile smile, or just completely serious. So up to your personality. What you wear, okay? If you do not wear a tux, guys, business professionals, if you do not wear a tux with your clients, then you should not be wearing a tux in your headshot. If you do not wear suits with your clients, then you should not be wearing a suit in your headshot. Why? This is not the yearbook, okay? This is your first line of defense for marketing yourself and your business. So you have to be on brand with what you are, okay? So if you are, and I say the best way to do that is, how do you dress with your clients? If you dress very casually with your clients, then it would behoove you to dress very casually in your headshots, because that's the same message you're sending. Because when you are a business professional of any sort, entrepreneur, business owner, you work for a company, whatever. You work for a company and you're also a salesman, and you deal with clients and they see you. Whatever your situation is, you have a certain clientele that you're trying to attract, or that you're in. Okay, you have a certain target, most likely. And if you don't, well, you need to get one. Because you're not going to please everybody. That's never going to happen. So it's faster, more efficient for you as a business person, business to business. Pick a target, pick an area, because generalists, are general. Okay, there's a reason why the niches get the riches. All right, so it's true. I mean, brain surgeon and heart surgeon. I mean, come on, as opposed to the general ER doctor. They didn't do much different in their, Anyway, okay. So advice on clothes: wear what you wear with your clients. Dress very comfortably. Always something that pops your eyes is great. Depending on if you're doing studio or on location, is dependent on what you wear. So if you're doing on location outside, I would avoid certain colors. Like if you're going to some park or something, don't wear green. If you're going in studio, stay away from just plain white, and stay away from. Depends on. You can sometimes get away with black if you get a photographer with a different backdrop, or who's able to do it. Reds are tricky. Reds are always some sort of, sometimes, like, they can wash you out. They can, it just depends on how you look in red. But photographer can always work with red. Red's great on location too. But but always, like, color. If you're an actor, obviously colors are always great, especially for commercial actors. You always want to wear some sort of color. Is fantastic. For commercial. Now, a theatrical or film or TV, a headshot, it's whatever you feel comfortable in. And whatever on actors, whatever character or stereotype that you're trying to fit for your acting career, go with that. That's also true for actors. Pick a target, that you're trying to go for. Typecast yourself. What roles do you normally play, would play, get cast for, dress like that. Don't try to dress in a suit or something weird that you wouldn't normally look like. Dress how you dress in the characters and roles and stuff that you plan to fill. Don't dress character, okay? There's a difference. I'm saying be you. The headshot actors, real quick, actor headshots, this is one place where you be you, okay? It's the one place, actors headshots are the one place where you are going to act like yourself, okay? So be yourself, absolutely. But also understand where you are and what kind of roles that you normally get or want to get, or be realistic of what. Let's not say be realistic. Be very self-aware. Okay, as an actor, it's very important for you to be self-aware of what type of character that you can play. Okay, and then dress like that. Don't dress like a character. I'm telling you. Like, let me try to tell you the difference. It's not. Don't dress in character. I don't want to see if you don't wear glasses and don't try to wear glasses. Don't try to bring an apple to be a teacher. Don't try to bring any props. Props are stupid. Don't bring any props. Bring clothes. All right, and don't wear a hat. Don't wear any of that. Nothing like that. Don't ever do that. Don't stoop. If any photographer tells you to do that, they're fucking stupid. Don't do it. Then what else? But I'm just saying it helps to be self-aware. So me, for instance, like I'm 6'2". I look like this. I probably wouldn't get away with playing the wimpy kid, okay? Because I'm probably bigger than the actor they'll hire to bully me. So, do you know what I mean? But they may have a 6'7" person or a 7 foot person who's really mean, and so it just depends. Let's see. What else? So I think that's all for. Actors. Actors you should know, but if you don't. Same thing applies. Do the model trick. Put your chin down. That's very important. Headshots are all about your eyes. So the eyes the eyes are the windows of the soul. So that's the main focus for a photographer is your eyes and your mouth and chin. This is really what we're focused on right here. But it tells a lot about you as a character too, as a person, business and actors. So I think it's very, very important to work on your looks in the mirror, see what you think. You definitely want. If you don't know, you definitely want two contrasting looks, just like you want two contrasting monologues. You want a dramatic and a comedic. Same thing. You want a dramatic and a comedic. So what that means is a commercial and a theatrical, a commercial and a And when they say theatrical, if you see that doesn't just mean theater. That means film, TV, theater. Theatrical, that's what that means in actor world. Commercial, that means anything commercial. So that means commercials, ads, or print, or what else? I don't know. So it just depends also on what you want now, and you can go even deeper. So those are the basics. You need two as an actor. You need two for sure. Easily, you need two. But if you want to go deeper, then you could have 3 to 4 different headshots easily. And you change clothes. Business people can do this too, because for business people, you use these as content marketing for online, your site, mainly social media, to shell these out, every so often. Get more attention, new photo, it's you, it's good advertising, it's good content marketing for yourself to remind people that you're alive and that you and what you do. So they're good pieces of content to have to advertise and market as a business professional. Getting more and more into social media. So, but actors, absolutely, you could easily have 4. How? Why? Well, you got comedy and drama, right? But you got different subcategories of those. So you have one that, for instance, if you're funny, You got one that's comedic, that makes you look a little bit like, you could tell a joke. And you got one that you could be the heartthrob. Same area, different characters. Dramatic, you got the, oh God, you got so much. You got the killer, somebody who could be very the villain of the play or script or movie or whatever. And then you have the hero. 2 different looks, 2 different headshots. You do not send your villain headshot. And again, you're not going to be dressed in like a superhero outfit. I'm just saying, like, you look at somebody in the face and you can tell that they probably killed somebody. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to the face of someone who would likely save someone's life. Or like the detective or the doctor. It's slightly different, but you may choose a more stern look for a detective and a more approachable look for a doctor. If that's your skills, your look, whatever it is. So you can go real, and again, you're not going to be wearing like scrubs and then like a badge, but the way you look, the effect of, for instance, for me, photographer, we might shoot that differently. We might go on location, or I might change up the lights to give you more of a dramatic shadow, so that you look a little bit more Two-Face. And on a doctor, I would blast the light all in front of you, so you would have no shadows and you'd look very, very clean. So it depends on what you want, and tell your photographer what you want. But you can go different looks and stuff like that. Again, business people too, same thing. Not necessarily being different characters, but again, your main focus is to get business. And one of the best and most effective ways, especially right now, to get business is called content marketing. If you don't know what that is, check it out. It's basically you're marketing through doing stuff. So you're not necessarily showing houses for sale or a new car that's for sale or whatever like everyone else does, but you're getting in their face. Like this, for me, is content marketing. I am giving you value. I'm helping you. My face is in your face. You're watching me. And, I got a studio behind me. You know that I'm a photographer. I'm not asking you for anything. I'm helping you, but you know who I am, and you know my face, and I'm giving you some either you're giving them some form of entertainment, or you're giving them some form of information. And if you do both, that's great. But that's kind of the 2 things people go for: entertainment or information. So when you don't, saying over and over again that your business, something about your business, it gets exhausting, or something about your XYZ is tiring. So it's good to have content that is new and fresh, and does more than just say that you had a sale, or say that you have something for sale, or saying your business exists. It gives some sort of value, either in entertainment or information. Pictures of yourself are great for that. That's more of like a. Actually, I don't know what that falls under, but people love to see pictures of people that they know. So it's great to have, especially when they're professional. So it's a great form of content marketing. Anyway, I'm not really going to get to the guys or girls who are taking headshots. I'll do another video later if you guys want to see that. But this is already running a little long, so I'm going to probably cut it short. But I think you kind of got some information, about putting their chin down. It's all about their eyes and and right here, the different kinds of looks that you'll have, advice for what business people wear, why it's important, advice for different actors and different things that they can bring to the table. But honestly, my most important advice for a photographer, and I say this from being an actor and being in front of the camera a lot, and then also being behind it and seeing what people a lot of times react like, when you do a good job, let me just say, like when you do a good job in business or what they expect, you very rarely hear anything. You don't hear, and that's the sad thing. And when they're mad, you hear from them. But you have to go above and beyond for them to say really anything or give you some sort of review. And this is advice for restaurants, for any business at all. Like, and you know this. I mean, restaurant owners especially know this. But it's true. If they're satisfied, you won't hear from them. A lot of my clients, they tell me immediately how. I mean, and it's not a. I'm not patting myself on the back. It makes it apparent to me what the truth that I know is that other photographers don't really do, and that one of the main things is that they make them feel comfortable. To take a photo of somebody and outside of their environment is nerve-wracking for them. They are in a very high, tense state. So you got to be able to level that out and make them feel very welcoming. I mean, with a client that just left, I hugged her when she left. I didn't know her before coming in. So if you can acquire that skill to be able to put people at complete ease, make them feel very, very comfortable, not only they're going to like you more, but you're going to get a better picture. I mean, I know a lot of photographers who disagree with that, but but some photographers aren't taking people's picture outside of their comfort zone, or they're taking events, or they're doing portraits, lifestyle, or something that where it's like more Kodak moments instead of look like a model and you're not a model, or look fantastic. You know what I mean? Like a headshot is very, very much a niche it's where it's like all eyes are on you and this is it. So you gotta make them feel comfortable. I think that's important in everything, in video work and directing and really any type of photography, especially modeling and stuff like that too. Because especially models, because you think that they are extremely confident, but a lot of times they're not. So I mean, they're human. We're human. Like we're not all just superstar confident, and even though we may be perceived that way. So I know that, and I know that it is but this is part of my personality. I make people feel comfortable. I don't know. I don't try to. It's just something that I like to do because it's just part of who I am. But I think that if you can, make them feel comfortable, find ways to do it. It'll greatly help. You get such a better photo every time. Let me tell you this, for instance, even me, I'll take a photo. We'll do some sessions or whatever, and I'll get to talk to them, make them laugh, make them feel comfortable. I'll come over to the computer and take a look at some of the photos. Every time, most of the time I feel like I got it. But every time I say, is there anything I want to change? They usually say no. They think that they love them all and they're excited about them. And they're like, oh, this looks great. I'm like, well, let's take a few more. I like this look. Let's do a few more like this. Almost every time they go back over there and we get 10 times better shot than we did before. It's fantastically better. And that is why, and the reason why is because they feel comfortable now. The initial rush is over. A lot of times I'll say that, all right, just a few, all right, I think we got it, let's just get a few more. Their defense, something happens, you see it, their shoulders go down a little bit, and they feel better, and they feel like, okay, we got it finally. All right, I'll smile, like no big deal, no worries. That's what you want. You want somebody who that happens for. It's like coming in and doing this is like me going on stage and doing stand-up. Sometimes, I mean, it may be not that high, but they're in a heightened state for sure. So when they leave here, they're probably gonna have a little bit of a crash. So if you can, lessen that, make them feel very comfortable, very friendly, very much like, you guys could become friends, which, again, that's just that's a trait that I have that I didn't really have to work for. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you but I feel that if photographers could have that and grow that skill, they'd be a much better photographer. At least they'll have a better business because a lot of people will like them. And But as a person in front of the camera, that was always a problem for me because even I had problems, feeling comfortable or really kind of, you get just a weird vibe from the photographer, and the photos never really turn out super awesome. And, they could have great equipment, great lights, and great location, but, if especially in headshots. Now, portraits a little different, full bodies and lifestyle or swim or lingerie or fashion, those are all a little different. And they're a lot different, but they're different in shooting in the person, because a lot of times, for one, those are usually pros and they know what to do. But two, it's not totally focused on their face. Like everything in the headshot is all you get. In other photos, you got their body to distract you, their clothes, the environment to distract you. And so it's not so imperative that their, for instance, eyes are sharp in focus and they look fantastic. You can have little flaws in other types of photography. So very, very important. I think it's great to, I don't know. I'm exhausted. This has gone on too long. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I got to cut this down a lot. Oh my God, it's 40 minutes. Okay. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you liked it. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions or anything you guys want me to answer that you think that I can, please leave a comment. Let me know, and I'll try to make a video and answer them. Again, I have a book coming out, my first one officially ever, Elves is coming out Thanksgiving Day 2018. Go check it out. It's on Amazon, pre-order. That would be awesome. And thanks again for watching. This is cool. This has gone on too long. I'm going to edit the shit out of this, but hopefully you get something good out of it. All right, well, I'll see you next time. Bye.
You do it, but you don't do it like this. You don't do it like this, but you don't do it like this. You don't do it like this.